Yo, what's going on, guys? Almighty Chops in the building, and I'm going to be discussing episode 2 of The Last of Us. So, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah, they killed Joel, right? Spoilers, it's in the title, so if you didn't know that or didn't want to hear that, I'm sorry, but spoilers ahead. The Last of Us. I know the first season was outstanding. A lot of people got mixed reviews on it because it's a little different from the game. Race changing, his daughter, and other things. People didn't like the casting of Ellie, but I had no problem with it. I liked it. So let's talk about this episode 2 that just came out Sunday. It comes out every Sunday. If you haven't seen the show, it's on HBO Max. Please go give it a watch. Okay, so let's talk about the death of Joel. Now, it plays out almost exactly like it does in the game. Joel is in the cabin, but instead of being with Tommy like he was in the game, he's up there with Dina. So that's gonna probably affect the story a little bit because, as we know, Dina and Ellie fall into like a romance type situation. And I think in the show they're not building it as fast as it did in the game. It's a little slowed down. So, they want the relationship to build up slowly and make it seem more natural. So Joel is up there with Dina. He saved Abby. We all know how he saves her. She's fighting, or she's running for her life from this horde in the show. She's a huge horde that she awakens that is buried underneath the snow, which is something different than the game. And the infected seem a lot smarter. They're staying underneath snow, huddled up together. And when Abby disturbs them, you see a clicker turn slowly and faces her and then sinks into the snow to warn the infected, like, hey, we got someone up here. We got some food. And when one of the clickers busts out of the snow, there's fresh blood on its face. So that kind of tells me that it's probably feeding off other infected, which is not something that the infected did in the games. And then what else is new here? Oh, Jackson. It shows us a battle that Jackson has, and this battle is probably one of the best that I've seen done right, and it's one of the best I've seen done for TV, like shows wise. Think Game of Thrones. You know how they were supposed to have an amazing battle with like the ice people or whatnot, and we all see how that turned out. This show does that type of battle, but they do it correctly. So they got these infected rushing this wall that Jackson has built. And Tommy and others think of these great ideas, to throw barrels down of gasoline and to shoot the barrels to create a wall of fire. And the infected are running, they shoot the barrels, they create a huge wall of fire. And the infected are actually getting smart because the bloater, if you don't know what a bloater is, then you need to go look that up. A bloater is going to charge the wall of Jackson, and the horde, the little minions, they know that he's going to get through, so they help him. They all start surrounding him to make sure he gets through, to be able to break the defenses down of Jackson City, and that's what happens. They break down the defense, and they get in. And Tommy, he's such a badass. He gets a flamethrower. And he's fighting, he's gonna fight this bloater. He ends up going down an alleyway and he's trapped. And this bloater is chasing him, catches up to him, and Tommy fights him with a flamethrower. But in the show, where it varies from the game, the flamethrower is actually one of the greater weapons to use on bloaters. But on the show, it looks like the bloater has built up a resistance to flame, and it's not really affecting him. But anyways, Tommy manages to kill him. So that happens. Allie's out on patrol, and she hears that they can't find Joel and Dina, so that worries her. And then she goes out looking for Joel. Joel and Dina are in a cabin with Abby after they just saved her. Abby announces to her friends, like, hey, this is Joel, he just saved my life. And immediately her friends lock onto Joel, like, okay, this is what we're here for. And they were really trying to leave, They did not want to go into Jackson and kill Joel. They wanted to change Abby's mind. But lo and behold, Joel falls into their hands. And so what happens? Man, that whole scene where Joel is there with Abby, it's almost play for play like the game. It just varies because Tommy's not there. Excuse me. And it's Dina instead. But he gets shot. He gets beat with the club. And it's all very sad to see Joel die once again. In the game, it was terribly sad. I mean, I had tears streaming down my face when Joel died. I mean, Joel is one of the characters that I grew to care and love, you know? Like, he was like man, this is, he's the alpha, you know? Joel is too smart for the way he dies in The Last of Us 2 and in this show. Like, it's just, it really bothers me how they broke down his character. Like, the whole Last of Us, the first game, he was too smart. He never jeopardized his safety or Ellie's. He wouldn't ever save one person if they were getting chased by a horde. You know, like, he's too smart for that. He'd be like, hey, it's not my problem. You know, it is what it is. But that's true. Joel would have never done that. So it bothers me that he even thought about saving Abby. You know, in the game, it just really bothers me. Joel would have never done that. Regardless, he saves her and he ends up getting killed for it. But he ends up getting killed for it because he killed Abby's dad, who was the doctor who was going to operate on Ellie because she, as you know, is immune to the bites. And he didn't want Ellie to die, so he kills the doctor, and this is why Abby is searching for Joel and ultimately finds him and kills him. So Ellie finds Joel as they're killing him. And it's a sad scene to watch, honestly. And she tells him, I'm gonna fucking find you and kill you. She makes a promise. And in that instance, when Abby became this cog in a wheel of revenge. Joel killed her dad, and that created Abby to be on the hunt for Joel and to kill him, right? And so when Abby finds Joel and kills him, Ellie sees it, and now she becomes the cog in this wheel of revenge, announcing that she's gonna kill them as well. So it's like this never-ending battle of revenge, and maybe that's what they want. They want to show that we need to break the cycle, but how can we? They just killed Joel in front of Ellie, and that's like her dad. It sucks. You know, and the infected are smart now. They're hiding under snow, and it's just, this show is really great. One of the greatest episodes for TV of all time. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I hope that they change the show a little bit from the game. I hope Ellie gets to get a full revenge. If you know, you know. I just hope she gets her full revenge. I'll just change it that much, please, just a little bit.